Okay guys, as you can see I'm not here today, so what I want to do is show you a little bit of work that you can continue on with, and you can keep looking back and going back over this as you need be. Okay, index laws. The first thing we need to know is rule number 1, which is our multiplicative index law, which says something like this: a to the m times a to the n equals a to the m plus n. Not new to us. What does that mean? Well, simply this: 2 cubed times 2 to the power of 4 really means I've got 2 cubed is 2 by 2 by 2 times 2 to the 4th, 2 by 2 by 2 by 2, because there's 4 of those, which simply means altogether, out of all of these things here, I have 7 2's, which means quite simply 2 to the power of 7. Now, it's not too difficult to see that 3 plus 4 gives me 7. So that's what that first rule up here is about. Now, that's what we did previously. But let's take it a little step further. If I gave you a question like this: 4x cubed times 6x to the 7, well, what, if you remember my little saying was, I used to say numbers with numbers, letters with letters. So the 4 and the 6 can go together, and the x's and the x to go together. And more importantly, what you've also got to remember is in between here is a multiplication symbol, and in between there is a multiplication symbol. So in reality, what that really means is I can write this as being 4 times 6 times x cubed times x to the 7. I'm allowed to rearrange because all of the thing on the left hand side of the equal sign is just one big multiplication. So now, numbers with numbers and letters with letters, I can shorten that down to give me 24 times x to the power of 10. Why to the power of 10? Well, quite simply, that plus that. Now, since mathematicians are lazy, we don't need to put this multiplication symbol in, so it just becomes 24x to the power of 10. And there's quite a simple way of explaining what that does. Now, our second rule, as you can see here, is a to the m divided by a to the n equals a to the m take n. Well, how does that work? Well, let's just look at this one. 2 to the power of 5 divided by 2 to the power of 3. Now, we can write that as doing this: 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 2. There's 5 2's there. Divide, because a fraction means divide. 2 by 2 by 2. And using our ability to cancel out, they cancel out, they cancel out, they cancel out, and I'm just left with that. What am I left with? I'm left with 2 times 2, which is the same as 2 squared. Now, once again, you're able to see that that number, take away that number, leaves me with the 2 there. But we can take it one step further, because now, year 9. If I had something like this, 27x to the power of 5 divided by 9x squared, well, once again, numbers with numbers, letters with letters, I can go 27x to the 5 divided by 9x squared, and because I do numbers with numbers, letters with letters, these two go together, and then these two go together. So what is 27 divided by 9? Well, 27 divided by 9 is 3, and x to 5 divided by x squared, well, once again, we does the previous law, of course we're dividing, we subtract. So it's x 5 take away 2, and if we shorten that, it gives you x 3x to the power of 3. Once again, there is a nice, simple way in which we can simplify much more complicated questions. But remember, the important thing to remember is numbers with numbers, and then, more importantly, letters with letters. Finally, a to the m divided by a to the m equals a to the m take m, because you're dividing by powers, subtract the indice numbers. But a to the m take m is really a to the 0. Anything to the power of 0 is to the value of 1. Why might you say, is it always going to be 1? Quite simply, it's going to be 1 because if you notice, that and that are the exact same. And when you divide any two numbers together that are identical, the answer will always be 1. What am I talking about? 2 divided by 2 equals 1. 4 divided by 4 equals 1. A to the m divided by a to the m must also equal 1. But, using our index law, that also means the same thing. So anything to the power of 0 will always equal the value of 1. So now you guys can go on to exercise 10A. Give that a go. Thanks a lot.